Hey, it's Dee. It's a brand new episode coming right for you, right on the FTO network. Enjoy. Hey guys, it's Dee, FTO Nerd Talk, doing his whole new thing. I thought you should have said that first. That's inappropriate. It's Table Cheese. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Table Cheese, episode 16. We're back. Back at it like a bad habit. We have Radic by Nature joining us because we're live from Radic Records, twitch.tv/FTO Nerd Talk.
That we are.
Fucking let's do it. This is episode 16. I'm ready to get into it. I'm a little... I'm in there. I'm in the zone. But we got a brand new episode of Table Cheese, and we're doing a lot of stuff, man. Like, we're talking about Game of the Year, talking about our last year Game of the Year, we're talking about this Game of the Year, our hopefuls for this year. I know it's January, but it's
so certain outlets got it done in December. Cheesy Controller, like every year, our Game of the Year is like a thing, and we were gonna do it today, but Chris is a little under the weather. So like I'm prepped. I have a lot of games that I played last year. A lot of thoughts. Like Radic, we were talking a little bit before we started recording about Bayonetta 3 because
I have some qualms.
Oh yeah, Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
We were getting on about that. See, I only know Bayonetta 3 like through Game Watch, like the Let's Watch era. That was my gaming was peak. So I only know it through visuals, but you guys know it through controls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm only like getting like a certain context of this your disagreement and agreement towards Bayonetta 3. Like you like it, but it's not as authentic as Bayonetta 2, and like that's kind of like a pullback for you when it comes to that.
Yeah. I feel it because for someone like me who if you like Devil May Cry and how that feels as a game, you're gonna like Bayonetta. How it feels as a game, very similar gameplay, game feel.
And anyway, you can pull up that video of the Bayonetta 3, just like I can sit and act like a gameplay. Because you're talking about like the way it feels from Bayonetta 3 to Bayonetta 2. I just want to see like what's the in between on that.
Gotcha. We'll do that. But one of the things that pulled me to Bayonetta though as a series was how they had these representations of like the angels and how they looked and what they represented.
Right.
It wasn't. I love that they didn't go for the stereotypical, white robe
white dude
and pretty
with
gold
the
wings
blonde
and
hair.
the halo. Nah, this is scary as hell, bruh. It's the eyes everywhere and faces and the stuff of nightmares in the holiest of ways, and it was amazing.
And like if that thing didn't kill me, I guess I should probably listen to it.
Right. And of course, it's very fiction. It's not like I think these are actually how they are, but I enjoyed that shit.
But that's how people like visualize like that. Well, at least how people used to visualize angels before it got annexed and turned into something heavenly and beautiful and altruistic white, which is the furthest thing from the truth.
White robes.
That's a conversation for a different episode.
Right. Like all angels just came from a bath or something. Why?
Nope.
White robes anyway. But yeah, like. And so even the demons, and they would have like the names of the demons and have how they looked, and just it's cool to see what their interpretation of it was artistically.
All right.
Because it had the connection to things that are outside of the game already a thing. There was already lore, but now no spoilers. But what it is just imagine like Ditto from Pokemon. It could just be whatever it needs to be based on the situation.
What's it rated?
So like it's pretty sure it's M.
Yeah.
Is it rated M from a truth?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that's
it's still Bayonetta.
It's so M that there's a mode you can choose where it decides to censor itself a little bit.
Is it worth it?
I mean, I'm not playing on that mode.
Right. If I were to play it, I wouldn't be playing it. Like I think it's like Happy Little Angel mode.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Happy Little Angel or something.
And it's just like it's not going to be as sexual or as violent, but like that is core to what Bayonetta is.
They're catering to a duality of audience.
Yeah,
is what's happening. That's what's happening.
For the example they show, there's a scene where one of the characters is smoking a cigar, and on Happy Little Angel mode, instead of smoking the cigar, he's taking a bite of like a dessert.
That's it. No, you guys get that though, right? Like they like parents want their kids to play this game.
Well, kids should not be playing Bayonetta.
Exactly, that part.
But some edgy parents will let their kids play games like this, but only if it doesn't have like smoking, hardcore sex. If it's a little bit timid.
Well, I mean, Bayonetta's...
Tell them to get Sonic. The new Sonic game is great.
Yeah,
I can get that.
Yeah,
but like I want to play Bayonetta. You know,
Well,
I got kids.
Unfortunately, you can't. I mean,
I got
you
kids.
can.
That's what I'm saying. But you know, that's my duality.
Bayonetta is one of those on your time type of games. Like
and
there are shows
that
game. You can watch with your kids, and then there are shows that you watch on your own time.
All I'm saying is like some parents like will let their kids play this game. Like,
I'm
very
sure. I mean, I was in high school playing the original Bayonetta, even though I shouldn't have been, but you know.
Yeah. Did your parents know you were playing it?
I mean, my mom bought it for me, but
she did.
Right.
But she did.
You know, I can't blame them. It's
this
a different world.
This is gonna mess my kid up. So
especially when they're not, from here.
Yeah.
And so when they grew up and where they grew up, it's just a completely different world. You know. Mean, so yeah.
Yeah, my PS3 was in my room, and like half the stuff, like, I mean, I didn't play GTA until I was 18. Like, GTA 5 came out when I was 18, and I was like, this will be my first GTA. Even though I still, to this day, haven't beaten that game. Have it on, like, multiple platforms at this point.
Have I beaten that? I don't know if I... Oh, no. I don't know if I've beaten it. I've beaten one of them. I can't remember which one.
I would like seeing, like, a trailer, though, if we can get, like, one of those going.
Oh, yeah. I could set that up. Let me do that.
Yeah, you'd have to tap out and switch inputs and stuff, so. But,
you said Game of the Year we're going to be talking about. Game of the Year. Like this New Year hopefuls. And think, what else on the docket? I know, like, I sent you a Microsoft article. I didn't get that one, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bethesda just had one of their studios unionized, and it was recognized all the way up the chain.
Okay.
And so Microsoft is at the top of that chain. So essentially Microsoft recognized a video game development union publicly for the first time. Like, they're one of the first major publishers, first party, just like one of the big three to recognize a union.
Okay.
In its workforce. So, and I mean, Activision Blizzard they recognized one of their unions, and so it's just steps towards, like, I know a lot of people want unionization in the games industry, and it makes a lot of sense considering the volatility of, like, the work on a project's done, you got to move on, find something else to do. Maybe you stick with the team, maybe you don't. Like, the same thing that happens in movies as far as, like, if you're a union worker and you just set lights, if you're setting lights for the new Christopher Nolan movie, like, you have to have something to go to after the fact. So it's just... Yeah. I know a lot of people think unionization in the games industry would be... I don't personally know because, like, I'm not a game developer, so, like, I can't speak to necessarily... Like, I know a lot of times, like, the bigger stories that come out and are talked about are, like, some of the more extreme cases, but the amount of people working in game dev, I'm like, if the entire industry were that terrible, I feel like it'd be a lot bigger of a deal.
All right.
Especially with how, like, online and social media oriented a lot of, like, game development is. Like, if you're on a computer 8 hours a day just mandatorily and, like, you're in the game space, like, a lot of times these companies will have Discord servers for just the game. Like, hey, you like this game? Come join our Discord server. You can provide feedback. You can do all of that stuff. So, I mean, I feel like at the same time, apparently unionization is working within certain studios, and, like, certain other companies outside of the U.S. have already, like, unionized, and, like, there are different structures to game studios. Like, they'll have co-ops, their games get made in a lot of different ways in a lot of different places. So for the teams that so far it seemed like unionization would make sense for the workers,
all right,
it's good that Microsoft has now recognized one. Activision has now recognized one. So
why hasn't Microsoft? Is what you're saying?
Hmm?
So if those places have, why haven't Microsoft like?
Well, Microsoft did. Like they, one of their studios voted to form a union, and they approved it and recognized it as a working union. So that's kind of in a more positive way. Like more studios in the U.S., if they feel that that's right for them, would be able to do it. And having Microsoft be the amount of studios Microsoft owns, if they all decided to do it, I'm sure it like Microsoft would do the right thing as far as to recognize them.
I guess there's still a part of this I'm not understanding when it comes to this article, and that's like where's like the negative in this? Why are we hearing about this story exactly? Because like a lot of what you just said sounds like something that I don't completely understand. Why is it good? Why is it legal? And why is it fair?
Like you mean?
Like we're hearing about this story, this Microsoft Bethesda story, and they're unionizing. Like why are we hearing about it? Like as gamer fans.
Well, just because it affects the people making the games that we're playing, and so.
Why do you think like more gamers aren't like upset about this happening?
Well, because it's something positive for those studios that did get their union recognized. That's like upside to that, as far as like the people making your games feel like they're better protected in a union and are working under better conditions.
All right.
So the fact that they were able to unionize and have Microsoft recognize it and have it be completely legitimate and like on board, like in the U.S., it's not something that's super common yet. But
could you put up an article from one of the stories? I guess I still like not understand like why we're hearing about it, because like I'm hearing about it in my circles, and like my circles aren't necessarily like the fringe political gamer circle. It's usually like the high end problematic gamer circles. So like I'm not really sure. So Microsoft promises to cooperate with unions following abuse allegations. Is that what we're talking about?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Or is this like the Microsoft unionizing?
No, it's not Microsoft unionizing.
Or it's Bethesda?
It's a Bethesda studio, but Microsoft owns Bethesda. They bought them 2021. So they've had them for a couple of years now, and Microsoft's next big marquee game is coming from Bethesda. So the next big Xbox first party AAA title is going to be Starfield, and that comes 100%.
Right, is that the article, or is it something else that involves this? Because I'm still not understanding what's going on completely inside this story. Now, again, I didn't read it. I heard about it through passing, and like I didn't understand it then, and I hadn't had like a time to check out this article. But like that, I want to save for the show, knowing I haven't, and like just having you guys tell me what you thought about it.
So it's the article you sent me specifically. Microsoft recognizes first labor union in U.S. And so the reason we're hearing about this is because ZeniMax. So Microsoft bought ZeniMax, and ZeniMax is over Bethesda. And so I'm looking to see if I can find the exact studio that unionized. They're talking about Doom last. So it doesn't even look like, it seems like they are recognizing a union within Bethesda to help them further their acquisition of Activision Blizzard, because that's really the big story and the thing that keeps coming up, and it's just like constantly part of the news cycle, is Microsoft buying Activision. Because, and Raddick just pulled up a story talking about how Raven Software is was the first unionized U.S. gaming studio.
Right.
And so they're recognized by Activision Blizzard. But one of the concerns with Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard is whether them as a new parent company would recognize a union. But now that they've recognized a union within Bethesda, which they've already purchased,
All right.
They're most likely, and it's not 100% guarantee, but it'd probably be in their best interest to also recognize the one with Raven Software. I mean, like I said, it's not guaranteed, but it'd be...
It makes logical sense.
Yeah, it makes logical sense
for that to be
like...
the next step.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
All right.
Gotcha.
I feel like we're gonna keep on following this
It gets
story.
deep.
Oh yeah, the Microsoft. So that's one of the things with this in general, because I mean, this has been the biggest story since the day it dropped. It is like the reason we keep seeing articles and the reason we keep seeing videos and think pieces is because it gets a lot of clicks. And so Table Cheese deserves a lot of clicks. We can talk about it.
Yes,
He gets it.
I see you, brother.
My opinion for it is a lot of people are saying that it would take software away from PlayStation, but Microsoft's they've signed a deal with Nintendo that doesn't currently have Call of Duty to have Call of Duty for like the next 8 years, and like PlayStation.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so.
Oh, wow.
And then PlayStation's wanting like a 10-year deal. What PlayStation's really pushing for is for the rest of Call of Duty, that Call of Duty will continue to come to PlayStation. Because now, Activision has a deal with PlayStation for Call of Duty. Like, if you see a Call of Duty ad anywhere, it ends with PlayStation and, like, shows the console.
True.
It used to be Xbox. You used to get that with the Xbox logo at the end. But the PS4 and PS5 generation so far, it's been associated with PlayStation.
I didn't even think about like what decisions go into dictating
Yeah.
that at the end of it.
That's very nuanced too, isn't it?
Because
that's crazy.
It like associates that's why these marketing deals are so, because like if everybody's going to be playing Call of Duty, like gamers know Call of Duty is PC, Xbox, PlayStation, but the general person watching like football and sees an ad and sees it end with a picture of a PS5 is like, I want to play that. I
guess
need
I have
that
to get that
play
console
that,
to play that game. Gotcha. So it's for like the casual, the people in the middle.
Yeah, it's all advertising and marketing and brand association. Like Cyberpunk, that's one of the reasons Bethesda has kind of made sense being bought by Microsoft and not a lot has changed, is because even before they were owned, an ad for Skyrim would end with an Xbox.
Right.
Even though it was also on PC and PS3.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion was exclusive to Xbox 360.
You're telling me a lot right now, man.
Right? My mind is... I feel more folds.
I'm like processing all this as he's saying it. So, yeah.
Because like Fallout 4, I remember going to the midnight launch at GameStop back when that was still a thing for Fallout 4.
Man, midnight launches were a great time.
It was Tomb Raider... the second Tomb Raider, which was exclusive to Xbox at the time, and Fallout. And I just remember GameStop, it was like Tomb Raider, Xbox, Fallout. And I was playing Fallout on PS4. And so, like, of course, I'm a gamer. I know where I want to play my games and what's available where and whatever. But I'm sure, like, a casual onlooker...
Right.
Who maybe has an Xbox already is like, oh, I can get this Fallout thing, whereas there'd be that barrier of somebody with a PlayStation seeing it like laid out like that of like, oh, can I actually also play this game on my PlayStation?
Because a casual gamer is not even, they have no idea of the difference between Xbox or PlayStation. They just see the game they want to experience.
Right.
They're like, how do I do that? I'm just sorry.
And I mean, crossplay and all that stuff becoming more ubiquitous through like pretty much all of Activision's games at this point are crossplay, cross save, cross progression, cross everything. Call of Duty every year, Overwatch, Diablo's going to be that. And I mean, World of Warcraft's still only on PC, but like all their major multi-platform releases are cross-play. And so between that and Fortnite and a lot more of these free-to-play games being cross-save, cross-progression, cross-whatever, it's mattering less and less. So if you...
It sounds convoluted when you say it like that. It sounds like it's all like congealed together that like it just has like this weird kind of like...
Gaming is gaming, man.
The web is a web.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of one of the things a lot of people... So, like, Sony couldn't have manufactured the kind of hype they got for the PS5. Like, I don't know where all the memes came from and all the, like... The PS5 is still, like, the one that it's like, oh... That's like the new one. That's the one that everybody wants. Is the PS5.
Yeah, that's what culture is saying right now.
Yeah, culture and Sony couldn't have manufactured culture like this around it and like the hype. Like I'm sure people have bought PS5s just because this like they saw a meme.
I was about to say the memes are gonna tell you what the pulse of the community is on. Like that's really how people feel. The memes that get popular, they like, oh yeah, it's relatable because I feel that way.
You're not wrong there.
You feel me?
You're not wrong there at all.
Yeah, that'll tell you.
What else do we have on the docket?
So I kind of wanted to just talk about some of the games of 2022 that were like new games that I played. Some of these I beat, some of these they're still on my home screen on my different systems.
I should also say this is gonna be mostly your list too, because mine consists of 2 games.
You didn't play any games,
and they're mobile games. So there you go. That is why. That is exactly why.
Let me guess: Marvel Snap and
1.
Vampire Survivors.
See, I still didn't get to that one. So there you go.
What was the other one?
Angry Birds.
Like OG Angry. Still?
Well, 2.
2.
Yeah. I cut it out recently. I will say my guilty pleasure is Merch Mansion, but yeah.
Merch Mansion?
I know. You get your lads out in the community. Like, this motherfucker playing Merge Mansion.
Hold on.
Dude can tell you about TV.
I know what Angry Birds looks like. Let's get some, like...
What the don't look it up!
Man.
Dude, this is embarrassing.
This is D's.
This is my guilty
generation.
pleasure. This is my guilty pleasure.
Oh, no.
You guys suck.
Come on, man.
My kids rip on me all the time. My kids are 5 and 6. It's like, why are you always playing that game?
Right. You're like...
The old dad gamer guy. I know.
Yeah, okay. So, but I'm just looking... Is it a match 3 and like... I need... What is the gameplay loop? Because it looks like we're looking at a tutorial or...
I know. That's exactly how it looks, right? Like a tutorial.
Is it a tutorial the whole time?
Yes.
Oh wow!
And like it gets harder and harder as you go along. That is exactly this game. You're playing a tutorial. I love it,
dude. They need to
whatever.
Like this is basic. This is basic. Imagine if you had to use like 15 different of those objects just to get one object. Just to get this, but that you need like 5 of.
I feel like you'd really have a lot of fun with No Man's Sky.
Yeah?
Just looking at this.
Just hanging on different planets and whatnot? All right, guys, let's hang on this planet. Oh, you didn't finish this planet? I'm leaving.
Well, no, it's more of the settlement and the base building and the resource management and the economy playing.
Do I have to do work or is work already done for me?
I mean, there's work to do as you go, but certain things you automate. And so, like, there's that satisfaction. Have you seen the game Satisfactory?
I haven't.
I haven't either. Let's look
okay, so yeah, we're going to bring up some B-roll of Satisfactory. But, like, just looking at, like, the loop of, like, a game that's always teaching you things, but you have things going in the background that are, like, the numbers are constantly going up.
Okay.
Is that, like...
Is that it?
Yeah. So, Satisfactory. We got gameplay.
This is why it's always cool hanging out one of those niche games.
These visuals are nice.
They look good.
Oh man.
Yeah.
For from Merge Mansion to this is definitely a transition. Something I'm here for.
So you're running a factory.
All right.
And like things can constantly go wrong, but like all of these different like pieces of machinery and stuff is all part of your factory.
Is there actually like gameplay visuals online, or like or this all just like the trailer? This is an intro.
This is a trailer, an early access trailer, but I'm about to put gameplay on. Oh well, there we go. All right.
So it has mechanics like what? Like what is this? Half-Life?
Well, just because it's first person, it has like resource management,
But
like
you spend most of your time in that.
base building, like going out gathering, like.
That's it. See, now here's my kick. This looks cool. I will play this mostly as a VR game. I'm not lying to you.
This would be a dope VR game,
dude. And like imagine like you get like a joystick in one hand, like a Switch style joystick, but your phone in the other hand as a controller.
Look up the newest No Man's Sky trailer, because No Man's Sky has full VR support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think the controls is the problem with you. I think like if I could use my cell phone as a controller, or like buy a Samsung S4 and use that, or like the iPhone 6 as a power station walk around device and just use that as a game controller. That'd be fucking bomb. Oh my god.
Well, so
think about that. Think about you can use your phone, man.
I have a backbone on the way. I'm going to be remote playing my PlayStation.
You get the backbone.
Yeah, so I have a backbone on the way.
We talked about that a while back. You get the backbone. That's cool. They've been giving you ass probably.
Is this the right trailer?
Is No Man's Sky?
Yeah, I guess we can see what it's doing.
Is there like a new update, new DLC?
I mean, there's No Man's Sky gets like 3 updates a year. They get
they do a lot. It's still going strong, surprisingly. I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
Is it Outlaws?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, any of these are fine. Like, as long as it's not base No Man's Sky. But, like, having full VR go around, you have your base, you have your ships, you have your mechs, you have, like, all this different stuff. And you can just be in VR, and it totally just has...
No Man's Sky Outlaws, there it is.
Yeah. So this seems like probably, like, some story stuff. So, smuggling items...
This is smooth,
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
It's like some Star Trek.
I mean, it's on the Switch. If you want to jack your kid's Switch, and I mean, No Man's Sky is relatively like a kid-friendly thing. It's nothing.
You can fly around like this too.
Yeah, just out into space, and like all those ships you're seeing are like real ships that you could go land on. Those planets you can go to.
Wicked.
Like you can mine those asteroids. You can. See, they just like now they're flying around atmosphere level, and they're gonna be able to go all the way down to the ground, land, hop out their ship, and all this is VR compatible.
Wow,
this is sick.
And it's on everything, so it's on PlayStation. On Radic, you have access to it on PlayStation if you want to. It has a native PS5 version as well. Yeah.
So this looks cool.
That looks good. It looks really smooth. Like, and I know you guys hear me talking about VR a lot. Like VR is like definitely my go-to thing, and I think like that's the future of gaming. Just like they gotta find out how to utilize it. And like if I get like
this is utilizing it, man.
But like say if I'm disabled and like and I don't want to move around too much, like I just want to sit down and play this. You think it'll still be fun, or would you have to be standing the entire time or something like this?
That is part of the issue with VR. Yeah.
Because like I don't know if I classify like under the category disabled, but I probably do. I just haven't, getting that kind of stuff checked out is always difficult. But say like getting up and mobilizing was too bad for me.
Did you see the Project Leonardo thing?
I'm not familiar.
I did not.
Oh, bring up the Project Leonardo CES 2023.
Does that talk about VR and being disabled in the gaming community?
Well, this is an accessibility controller, so I'm sure it would work with PlayStation, like with PlayStation VR. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't.
See, this is the kind of conversation I don't see in gaming very often.
Well, this is the biggest story this week, is the Project Leonardo PlayStation coming out with their own accessibility controller.
That's cool.
So it's a set of 2 of these that you can have a button mapped to the big centerpiece, and all of those large buttons around can be mapped to individual buttons. You can map multiple buttons at once, and it has plugins. So it's designed to be able to be attached to a wheelchair.
Is it self-powered or battery-powered?
It's probably battery-powered.
Huh. Because I feel like
probably like a rechargeable lithium ion, like any other controller.
Something that'll last for a good minute. Like we want.
Oh well, with PlayStation, I'm not 100% sure about that. It probably is
right.
Yeah.
You can externally charge it. I'm assuming too, right?
Yeah, you can probably like use
probably
it
USB-C or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Like, I think about myself like this is like an idea I always had in VR game. Like, you need to get like a transponder from like the external device, in which I think they have to the goggles. But it's not, from what I've been playing, it's not that seamless. I even played like the big one at Main Event. Like it wasn't that seamless. It felt like there was a bit of a delay when it came to using like the hand controllers to these VR systems.
I mean, the more time goes on, the faster it gets at like the tech always moves forward with like the audience for the tech. So
do you think the audience may not have the patience for that certain delay, given like the consoles?
Well, I mean,
full streamlined process.
It's getting better and better, and that's the thing.
I do think like that's a bit of a setback. Like that in fact is a setback amongst.
And I mean that could be something you focus on, like especially if with you paying attention to VR is like not like if you see something talking about it has more accurate, more tactile like hand controls, and you see games or hardware or anything talking about specifically focusing on one-to-one tracking or something like that, that's something you could definitely look for and like move towards doing, you know.
Gotcha.
So
no, that's interesting. All right, what else do we have on the docket?
Yeah, I just wanted to run through this list of these 2022 games. So I got Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, Elden Ring, Multiverses, Overwatch 2.
Well talked about.
God of War Ragnarok, Gundam Evolution, Vampire Survivors, Marvel Snap, Splatoon 3, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, and Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
This is in no particular order, but...
Okay. Well, you definitely listed many of my shits.
So one thing I wanted to talk to you about, and Dee and I talked about this game when we were talking about some of the Game Awards nominees. I was wondering, where does Sifu stack up for you? Because Sifu was like on a lot of lists, but like nobody on our like. I hadn't really gotten a chance to play it like that.
Since like this also going to be turned into a podcast audio later on, and you don't mind any kind of like pause airtime, hold that thought. Okay. I want to use the restroom. We're going to come right back. You want to take a little break?
Yeah.
All right, take a little break. We'll be right back, guys. Yeah. And...
Right. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, we're back.
We're back. Yeah. Thank you. That shit happens a lot. Part 2 of episode 1, audio only. We had some technical problems. But you know what? We're having fun, man. We're watching Sifu, right? I pulled up Sifu for us, so we're watching how that plays out.
Such a great game. It's specifically if you enjoy karate movies, and me as a Jamaican, they might not admit it, but Jamaicans are some of the biggest weebs of the world. We love
closeted weebs.
We love karate movies, bro.
Yeah.
And so it does it for me. The heaviness of the strikes, you know.
Dig it.
The way that there's a very actual high difficulty curve.
Have you played?
Have to be good.
Any of the like post-release content? I know they like put out a roadmap and they've been doing like content updates. Have you done any of that stuff, or after you platinumed did you just kind of put it down?
I put it down. I went back and tried some master difficulty stuff, and it was fun. But I just for some reason I didn't keep up with the updates, so I should probably go do that.
Yeah, because there's like multiplayer now
what?
coming soon. Yeah, because I think I sent it to you. I was like, oh yeah, Radic would love this.
Oh yeah, you did say. Yeah, okay. I need to read down.
I feel like that was a minute ago, so it's either out or coming out in the near future.
I feel like a multiplayer shouldn't be hyped up. I think like the next hyped up thing we should get is doing a different, like up to date cultural martial arts and like tell that story. Like maybe it's a capoeira, seeing like that entire culture and that reign, like how you go like Vice City to Liberty City and things like that. Like do that with this. I feel like if you just
slow clap kind of, and that's something we've seen it with Supergiant games because they never made a sequel. All their games were like their own, like distinct like title and IP and everything. Like they weren't connected whatsoever. But now they're doing Hades too. So like Slow Clap has pretty much done it. They did Absolver and then they did this, and you can kind of see some of the same threads of hand-to-hand combat.
Right.
But I would hope that they wouldn't do the same thing. I would hope they'd like want to stretch their legs and do something else. Especially like Sifu has given them a lot of success, a lot of notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
They put them on the map for a lot of people. I mean, the Sifu movie that they're doing, that is just like that's going to be awesome.
That's the loyalty of the fan base.
That's going to be
that's loyalty of the fan base.
Yeah, but
Folks like Radic,
I hope that whatever they do next is what they want to do and not feel the pressure of like doing another Sifu.
Well, you know what? I get that. I hear that. But if I don't know, I guess it depends on the fan base how loyal they are. You're right. Like it should be up to the company and not up to the fan base. Like what they do next, because like it's their company.
You know what I want? This just popped in my head, and I'm already sad because I know it won't happen. But you know, no, I'll speak to existence. Maybe it will happen. But I want Slow Clap to pair up with who made Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Oh, I can't think of that, Dev.
Right, that whoever the developers for them is, and make a game that's rhythm based but fighting like this. But the music is like lo-fi hip hop.
Yeah, I can see that.
That would be so dope. Like some Jay Dilla.
Yeah.
And some oh my god, bro.
So like so much don't cater completely to the fan, but definitely like work with like people who the fan base would like. I feel that.
Bro, that would be amazing.
Yeah, like do some collaborations.
They can even get another. They had Queen Latifah for Sayonara Wild Hearts. They can have another narrator. That would be dope. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that would
Stolen Drums.
Bro, I would vote for Stolen Drums, bro. That would be dope as hell. That needs to happen. Somehow.
Stolen Drums just needs to host a video game. Because there are a lot of different like narrators and hosts and like really just kind of like the voice of the game. Stolen Drums would be an excellent game voice.
Yep, I agree with that. I need to text that guy.
That's what it comes down to.
Let's make this happen, bro.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Like you do like some good collaborations in a sequel to this, not just add multiplayer. You got something then.
Well, adding multiplayer is a good update for the existing game and the existing, but like and I could see it being kind of disappointing. Their next thing being a multiplayer Sifu game exclusively, but I mean if that's what they want to do. But yeah, as far as the update for this existing game. Multiplayer is a good choice. Yeah.
Jeez.
But like that multiplayer won't do so much for me unless it was like online multiplayer. And
yeah,
then
it would be online.
But like then you make it like some douche working with you the entire time.
Nah, I'm willing to sweat.
Yeah, Radic was like, I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna be gold ranked.
I'm here for the smizzo, my guy.
I feel that.
Yeah, that's how I feel with like Tetris. Like I want to play against people better than me because that's just going to make me better.
Right.
And the people that are worse than me, it's just going to become a greater gap between me and them as I get better.
See, like now you're saying like you're going into the realm of MMO. That sounds like an MMO right there.
Well, no, like 1v1, like it's more of like a fighting game kind of like mentality about it, where like you play ranked in a fighting game. You are fighting against people of your similar level, and they have a number representing how better or worse than you they are.
Okay.
And, like, you're constantly, like, you just pop back in and you play and you get your bearings. Like, if you know characters, if you know, like, whatever familiarity you have with that fighting game, you just every opportunity you get to play against somebody, whether better, worse, or perfectly evenly matched with you. Yeah. It's just all parties involved are getting better just from having that experience.
And like that's no different than like say playing a shooter and have like a shooter rank you whatever statue. Yep. I think Monster Hunter Rise does that too, doesn't it? Don't they have a ranking system?
Well, their ranking system's more like just leveling up. It's not Monster Hunter is one of those games you improve in your mind.
So the gameplay just now it unlocked a memory of mine. It's an old throwback of a game I used to love, Gekido Urban Fighters. Have you heard of that?
No.
It was on the PlayStation, and thought this
My,
game was
I get to
the
play
shit.
one of my favorite games of Is This on Steam Deck? Oh,
Nice.
Shovel Knight. Just bumping that whole
Bro, I
Going
thought this game
at it.
was so dope.
I'm
But it was
watching
a
this.
beat 'em up.
We're watching this game. It looks like a Streets of Rage from like the '90s or a Double Dragon kind of feel to it. Maybe Sega Saturn Virtual Fighter s graphics to it and like mechanics with like a Half-Life engine s
What's
to
the
it.
name of the game?
Right. Gekido Urban Fighters. And this is like the main character. We could choose characters like this 3D. It's kind of sort of side scrolling, but it's more
Yeah.
so levels.
Definitely 90s.
Because there's
based.
like some verticality. This is just the first level where it's like just
You know when they came
kinda
out?
straight in. Man, that's a good question.
Looks cool.
Bro,
Looks like a fun game.
I thought this was the coolest game ever.
It's the next step of like Streets of Rage Double Dragon. It definitely it's like the next variation of that. And like the down scroll 2D sliders. Yeah. Because I could have just said that. Down scroll 2D sliders. Fuck, I can put a shot of this.
It's not on Steam.
Not on Steam.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a PS1. That's probably why.
Yeah, PlayStation 1. It released 2000.
I think we were a little bit, some of us at that age were a little bit distracted when that came out.
April 2000. Yep.
April. Definitely a little distracted. Glad we made it. All right.
But yeah, that
I was in kindergarten.
Yeah?
I was 10.
Jeez. I was in high school, so leaving high school actually, but whatever.
Gotcha.
Damn, can't believe I just did that. It's fine. We're good. Show my age.
All good.
Okay, so. Let it play. Let me see. I didn't get a chance to see any of the gameplay. Oh, it looks like Ninja Gaiden.
In a way, right?
Yeah, this definitely looks like.
Yeah, it's special moves, and the different characters were super dope. I want to see if they have one with another character. And it was co-op. It was couch co-op. Like it was a golden time. Yeah, see, that's a different character there. And it wasn't even split screen though. It was co-op, and it was just one screen.
How many players did they have?
Navigated. I think it was like 5 or 6.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was a bit. No, that's just the. I know there was a big brawler dude similar to that
played
body
this?
shape.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just a boss they're fighting, and the two characters is. Oh no!
You said
No, that is
kindergarten
the
when
big
it came
dude.
out.
That is the other character. Okay, yeah.
How'd you hear about this game, man?
I don't even remember.
Was it in an arcade? Cause that goal looks familiar.
I mean, maybe it was in an arcade, but I just remember somehow I saw it. Maybe I just saw it in the store, and the
Interesting.
cover looked cool. I can't remember
Interesting.
how I ran into it, but I just remember when I played it, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love this! I love everything." There's like this ninja character, dude.
And anything else you got out the radar? Any news wise, like you've been hearing about as the day been going on?
Just you were talking about Streets of Rage,
Right.
and that made me think about there are two like 2D brawlers, side-scrolling brawlers that are relatively recent that I'd want to play, and those are Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the video game. Because I
nice.
just rewatched the movie for like the trillionth time.
I've been
last
seeing
night.
memes and traction. Yeah,
Yeah, so well, it's back on Netflix.
that'll
so
do it. That'll do it.
I hopped into it on my Steam Deck, and I was just like, oh, yeah, I want to go for this because I know Chris got the Platinum, and I kind of want to get the Platinum in it because for me, this is the remastered version of a game I played back on PS3. So this was like around the time the movie came out in high school. It was just like, yeah, this is...
I should say it. Would you guys want to see a Tom Holland remake of Scott Pilgrim?
No.
I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
I mean, it'd be cool, but I mean, Michael Cera
Yeah, he is
still
iconically
working.
him.
But-
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to see a reboot.
Gotcha.
Nah, Brian Lee O'Malley has like other series and other projects that he's made, so I'd like to see some of those get adapted.
Oh, yeah, like which
May-
one?
Seconds, I know. There's this one that's more recent, Snot Girl.
Okay.
That I haven't, like, I think I read, like, the first, like, few trades. What are the individual comics?
Never
Like
heard.
the thin ones? I know they have a name for
You
them.
mean me? The trade paperbacks?
Yeah, trades.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, yeah, I read the first couple trades of Snot Girl, but didn't actually, like, keep up with it.
Okay.
So, that, they could adapt that. There's another one, I want to say it's not seconds, but, yeah, just some other of, like, the artist behind the
Different
graphic
iteration.
novel.
Yeah.
Like,
All
getting
right.
some of his other works, like, adapted. Scott Pilgrim, we already have an amazing adaptation as a movie and as a video game.
Let's
So-
see something else. Let's see
Yeah,
something
let's...
else.
That's fair.
Like, if you're going to stick to adapting stuff by that artist, there are a bunch of things, like, out there as far as, like, comics, graphic novels, like, different, that need adaptations, need some, like, more mainstream attention than they're getting.
I don't know. What else are you talking about with a side scroll fighter?
Oh, TMNT Shredder's Revenge.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That game, I realized how much time I put into it. Oh, that doesn't have a star next to it. That was another 2022 game that I played. That
Oh, yeah.
I
This was
played
a
through
fun
that
time.
entire game at least twice, and like going back and getting the platinum just seems like a matter of like paying attention to like a guide or something and just having people to play with. And but yeah, this and Scott Pilgrim are two like 2D brawlers that are more modern than
Right.
because I know there's Streets of Rage 4, which has gotten a lot of attention, and that might like if between these two it really gets my attention going. Like if I'm really trying to play brawlers, I might do Streets of Rage 4.
Gotcha. I didn't get deep into Streets of Rage 4. Every time I played it, I enjoyed it, but for some reason, I don't know.
Maybe it's because it was on Switch.
Oh,
And I
it's on PlayStation as well now, I think.
I'm pretty sure, but the one that I had at the time, I had it on Switch.
And nowadays, the only thing that draws me to Switch is Monster Hunter Rise and Bayonetta 3.
Well, for me it's Splatoon 3, and I guess but like
It's on your list.
yeah, I want to replay Bayonetta 1 because I know I beat it a long time ago, and I have Bayonetta 2, and I've never actually played that one.
I think I have Bayonetta 2 on my Switch, I believe.
Yeah, I have it on mine as well because I got the bundle of 1 and 2 when
That's what
they
I'm
did
thinking.
that
Oh,
on Switch.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it was 2, but it came with a
Came with
code
like a
for
code
1.
to download one.
Yeah, so I did that when that came out on Switch.
that's
I
what it
just
is.
didn't
I
get a
have
chance
one.
to play through it.
And I don't have 2 anymore because I think I sold it after I beat it.
And yeah, so 3.
This is Shredder Revenge, right?
Yep.
This is like the one that recently just came out.
Yep.
I guess I expect like a different kind of aesthetic on this. Not like the same.
Well, I mean, it's
template.
more of an homage to like the older games. Like some of these enemies are just straight up enemies in the older games, and
Yeah.
so
I think
and I mean, it plays really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things you don't see here is like the actual combat is way more complicated, but in a good way. Like there's so many options that it gives you to do at different situations with different like levels, using different levels of your bar, and even like you could help heal your homie, like a high five and shit.
They were definitely selling this to a certain audience. Like for me,
Well, yeah.
I couldn't get in. This is like the same game I played a billion times when I was like 10.
Or like
couldn't.
Turtles in Time.
Yeah, man. This is just that. I guess that's why I said I was
Well,
expecting
this-
different aesthetic. This is luminant. This is very bright, very colorful. I guess I thought they would dim it down, maybe go to a different era of the Turtles.
Did they just do a joint attack and back press that dude? Y'all see that? That guy right there.
Nah, yeah.
That was sick.
Back to back.
That was dope.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's
was
about
fun.
all I had for this episode of Table G's.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this was fun.
This was nice.
All right, so I guess I'll close this out. If you want, you can follow me around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. On Twitter, going down with the ship at Anton Sixxx.
Is that on there now? Did you change like your headline to that?
No, it's just I gotta like. The more time goes on, the more like Twitter is just like it. It seems like part of it has already died.
Gotcha.
Like a lot of people.
Part of what made it what? Yeah.
And so, like, but I mean, I'm still on there, still reading tweets, still liking my anime art.
Mm-hmm.
It's still there. It's still there.
Yeah, so
I'm just there for the memes. They tend to still be there. So
yeah,
I'm there out of protest. So. So yeah, and I'm D of FTO Nerd Talk. Find me wherever you find FTO Nerd Talk. I got a lot coming up this week. I'm trying to do a top 5 video game. If you're listening to this and not watching this, you know what I'm talking about. I've already did it. You're already watching it. And got the Blur News coming back next week. I'm gonna at the end of the month with Princess Zahida, so make sure you check out for that as well. And also I want to say to Venture Bros that I just saw this happen today. He did like an Omni-Man and a Du Bois cosplay Homelander. It was like a cool cosplay, but like, you know, since he's Omni-Man and he's black, he's bringing like tons of racism. Every time he does a character that's white presenting character in fiction, he gets flack for doing a cosplay of it. And like
gotcha.
He recently spoke out about it. It's sad to see. It sucks to hear. Just like send them some love, man. That's all you can do. So, like, we're here for you. Like, no racism. Stop the racism. Like, it needs to fucking go. Like, that sounds like a hashtag, but like I'm putting it out there. It needs to be told. It needs to be said. Like, thanks, man. Like, this is Table Cheese. Until next time.
peace.
Hey guys, D here of FTO Nerd Talk. I hope you enjoy the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends about FTO Nerd Talk. Got a lot of different shows for all of you. Make sure you tune in every week for a brand new episode. Take it easy.